Welcome back to another Madden 20 video I have for you guys here today. Today it's going to be a fantasy style rebuild of the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, this team really is not in need of a rebuild, but I will get to every team eventually regardless of how good they are. But before I get too deep into this episode, if you guys are new around here and end up enjoying this one, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It'd be really cool if you can come back for my next upload. Also, if you enjoy this video, likes are always appreciated. They definitely help me out in the end. So, let's get into this team. Also, I forgot to mention, if you want to follow me on Twitter or join my Discord, links to those down below. I'm done plugging everything. Now we can actually get into the team. Patrick Mahomes, the 99 overall bazooka quarterback. I think that's his ability, right? Has to be. It is bazooka. He's a freak. He's ridiculously good. The best quarterback in this game. One of the best players in this entire game. He's probably the most exciting quarterback to watch right now. It's probably a toss-up between like him, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson maybe, but Patrick Mahomes is just ridiculous. LaShawn McCoy, Damian Williams. Is this Darrell Williams? Is that your name? Yeah, it is Darrell Williams. I was kind of unsure at first. And then Darwin Thompson. I remembered. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to trade for a different running back. Nothing against any of these guys. They're all pretty decent, you know, in their respective rights. Of course, LaShawn McCoy is, I guess he's getting the bulk of the handoffs now. I think Damian Williams was the starter at one point, then they traded for or signed LaShawn McCoy or something. I don't know, but I'm probably going to be trading for a different running back. I want like a potential superstar on this team at running back just to propel them even further. And then Tyreek Hill, the #1 wide receiver, Sammy Watkins, Demarcus Robinson, Mecole Hardman, I want to get involved. I think I want Hardman to be the #3, like the slot receiver. Then Tyreek Hill can be the #1. Also, I'm having trouble with the EA servers right now. So everything's kind of glitchy. This is taking a long time. Hopefully I don't disconnect. I feel like I might. It finally loaded for Mecole Hardman. But anyway, this dude can fly. 96 speed, 93 acceleration, 80 catching. He's a good deep option. So I think I'm going to keep him at the #3 in the slot just to see if he can develop. The other two guys should be good this entire time. The offensive line isn't really that good in the game here. They got Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, of course, at right guard, or Tardif, however that's pronounced. And Mitchell Schwartz. Mitchell Schwartz is a great right tackle, so he's going to be on the team, but probably this entire time, even though he's 30 now. And then Eric Fisher at left tackle isn't really spectacular, so I'm probably going to be trading him. And then these two guys here are definitely replaceable. They also have Travis Kelce, of course, at tight end. Another superstar X-Factor here on the offense. One of the best tight ends in the NFL. Defensively, they have an entire star defensive line, which is always pretty cool. I didn't really think Alex Okafor would have star dev, but he does. He's 28 years old, 76 overall. I'll probably be getting rid of him, but the rest of these guys can stay. Frank Clark, Chris Jones, Derek Nottie, they can all stay. Cornerbacks aren't particularly great on this team. Kendall Fuller is a good, you know, nickel corner if I want him to be the slot corner on this team, which I probably will. Morris Claiborne, Brashad Breeland, nothing too special with those two guys. Juan Thornhill, though, has at least star dev, which is cool. I imagine it's just star. I can't really imagine him having superstar. But, you know, he's going to be a good free safety for us, hopefully. I want him to develop. Tyrann Mathieu is a beast at strong safety as well. And then linebacker probably isn't the strongest part of this team. Reggie Ragland's a 67? I feel like he used to be in, like, the high 70s. Wow, maybe he just is off to a really poor start to the season. I don't know. But Darren Lee, Anthony Hitchens, Damian Wilson are the other linebackers. Is Damian Wilson good at anything, really? He's a 72. Can't really expect too much from him. All right, well, I will try to trade for some linebackers, maybe. Figure something out here. But, of course, one more time, this is a fantasy-style rebuild. Not realistic. So I could trade Mahomes if I wanted to. I don't, obviously. I don't want to trade Mahomes. I do wonder how much you could actually get straight up for Patrick Mahomes, but I'm not going to risk it to figure it out. So here we go. Let's start with trading some of these older, more expensive players. This team also has Emmanuel Ogbah, which I sort of forgot about. So I'll be keeping Ogbah to start at defensive end. Also, this is the first trade. Cam Irving and Alex Okafor for the Cardinals' first-round draft pick. With this trade, we got Henne, Fisher, and Williams for Dalvin Cook. Damian Wilson and LaShawn McCoy are going to the Browns for Joel Bitonio. I feel like it's actually been a little bit of time since I've traded for him. Man, I didn't really want to get rid of Breeland Speaks, but, you know, he's a 72 overall backup defensive end. Emmanuel Ogbah's going to start over him anyway, and I think I'd rather get the first rounder in this situation. So Morris Claiborne, Daniel Sorensen, and Speaks will get me the Dolphins first rounder. I feel like he's sort of liked by the fans, at least a little bit. I don't know. He had that one clip of him. Was he like on TV and he looked over and he started waving or something? I think that was him when he recovered a fumble. It might have been in college. I don't exactly remember, but my bad. I'm sorry. Jordan Lucas, Damian Williams, and Reggie Ragland will get me Alex Mack. I really like trading for Alex Mack. He's super easy to get and he's still good for like 2 more years. Alright, the team heading into this first initial season is an 84 overall, 89 offense, 79 defense. I don't remember what the Chiefs overall was before I traded. I feel like it's like an 82 or an 83, so I think we actually made the team better. I could 100% be wrong, though. On offense, we added Dalvin Cook. I think he is going to be phenomenal on this team. I think he's going to help this offense, like, solidify like a top 5 offense, in the NFL. I think they can easily do that. Wide receiver core is the same. Patrick Mahomes, of course, is the same. The offensive line changed a bit. Joel Bitonio, Alex Mack joined the team now, helping out that left side a little bit, and of course, Alex Mack helping up the center. We traded away a couple different pieces on defense, right? But we still have a pretty solid defense, in my opinion. I don't think we added anybody over here, but we did get rid of some players for some draft picks, for some value down the line. I think that's exactly what you should do when you rebuild the Chiefs. They're in a great spot already, so I think if you can trade for maybe a couple players to help out that offense just to get it even better than it already is, I think that's the best way to attack a rebuild of this team. At week 9 here, Tyreek Hill is frustrated. That's not a good sign. The team is 3-5. How is this team going 3-5? We are in second place though, 4-3 for the Raiders, 3-5 also for the Chargers and the Broncos. I decided not to change the playbook for this season. I just kind of figured the Chiefs playbooks would be the way to go, but I think I'm actually going to change them now. The Chiefs' defense I will keep, but the offense doesn't seem to really be working right now. Maybe the defense is also playing poorly. I don't know. I don't think the defensive playbook would really make too much of a difference, but I'm going to go with the Patriots' offense. I don't know. In my experience, the offensive playbooks seem to be way more influential. But anyway, a couple of experience points on offense. Defensively, we also have a few more, of course. I didn't change the experience sliders. I just thought of that. I'll do that now, but Juan Thornhill has star development, for those of you who did not know. That's what I expected. But Chris Jones is an impending free agent, and he always hits free agency. So does Kendall Fuller. So does Emmanuel Ogbah and Darren Lee. Do they just not have any money to bring these players back? Yeah, that makes sense. I want Chris Jones back, though. I don't care if this ruins our cap down the line. I want Chris Jones back on the team. I'd also like to bring back Kendall Fuller, but it's not going to be possible. Yeah, I can't offer him anything. Okay, well, maybe I can go through and cut some players and try to give him a contract. I don't know. But we may not be able to get back Kendall Fuller. Sammy Watkins is so expensive. I might even trade him next year if he doesn't play that well this season. Good God. His salary cap hit this year is 19.2. Next year it's going to be 21. Jesus. Okay, yeah, he's extremely expensive. So is Laurent Duvernay-Tardif. But maybe, I don't know, we can work with that. A couple of these guys are also super exclusive. Look at Frank Clark. Oh my Lord. Our cap is going to be ruined next year. Unless I trade away some of those players. I don't know, man. We actually made the playoffs this year. We went 8-8, and that was good enough in the AFC to make the playoffs. 9-7 for the Ravens. We won the division with an 8-8 record. 7-9 from the Chargers and the Raiders. 6-10 from the Broncos. Interesting. Okay, that doesn't seem like a record that would win the division, but whatever. Patrick Mahomes was pretty good. Over 4,100 yards, 36 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Dalvin Cook was very good, 12 rushing touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Tyreek Hill, over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Travis Kelce, 5 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, 5 touchdowns. Mecole Hardman, 9 touchdowns. I do think I'm going to trade Sammy Watkins after this season, though. We'll see what happens. Alex Mack led up the largest number of sacks on the team, but that means Greg Senat, like a 50-something overall, played out of his mind at left tackle. Okay, the offensive line was phenomenal. Brashad Breeland, 101 tackles, actually leads the team. 11 tackles for loss for Frank Clark. 9 sacks for Chris Jones, 7.5 from Emmanuel Ogbah, 7 for Frank Clark. 3 interceptions from Juan Thornhill. That's pretty cool. Hopefully he can win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I doubt it, but it would be nice. Tyrann Mathieu gets 2. Darren Lee gets 1. Anthony Hitchens also gets 1. Defensive touchdowns, we don't have any, but safeties, we still don't have any there. 1 blocked kick from Darren Lee, who had 3 forced fumbles. He recovered 2 of those. All right, that's pretty cool. We were 12th on offense. What was defense? It was 25th. Okay. That makes sense with the overall, I guess, the overall distribution of the team. Anybody from the Chiefs? Patrick Mahomes at number 8. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Deshaun Watson. Patrick Mahomes at number 4. Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Josh Jacobs. Mecole Hardman, though, at number 2. Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to be Juan Thornhill. I actually didn't think he would win it. I thought there were different players who usually win it. Maybe, I don't know if he wins it all the time. I actually have no idea. Now let's check out some of these experience points, right? So we have 1 still for a bunch of players on offense, 4 for Senat, 5 for Mecole Hardman. All right. Defensively, we got 6 for Juan Thornhill, 1 for a few other players, 3 for this Ward guy down there, 2 for Darren Lee. All right, let's spend these and let's see if we can beat the Ravens. The Ravens have an 84 overall team. We have an 85 overall team, so we're really not much better. But let's advance and see if we can head into the divisional round. And we are going to win 35-13. Nice job offense and defense as well. But the Jacksonville Jaguars are an 82 overall. Is Josh Allen really their third highest ranked player? Is that what that means? Maybe a superstar dev, I don't know. But let's go into the conference championship game, and we are in it 31-14. Two really similar games. And now we have to take on probably the best team in this entire game, the Cleveland Browns. 82 overall for them, but they play way better than an 82 overall, I can tell you that much. Let's go into the Super Bowl and see if we make it year one with the 8-8 Chiefs, and we do not. That's unfortunate, but let me spend these scouting points, and I will see you after I simulate to let you know who wins. Alright, so I am advancing here, and the winner is going to be the Cowboys. 31-28, they take down the Cleveland Browns. Quickly, before we hop into free agency, let's see if anybody else has some extra experience or went up in dev. Tyreek Hill is now a superstar, which is pretty cool to see. And then defensively, Juan Thornhill is still at star. I was hoping he maybe went up or something. I don't think anybody else went up in development or anything like that. But can we bring back Kendall Fuller now? Probably not still. This makes sense why he always goes to free agency. And negative $4 million in one of these situations. I can't bring back any of these players. Darren Lee would be a cool one. I'd like Darren Lee on the team, but I can't. There's nothing I can do. I have to draft a linebacker. There's no good linebackers in this class, though, which is an issue. Alright, well, this sucks. I don't even have any money to bring in any players. I'm not sure what I could have done differently. Maybe, I guess I could have traded away some more people. I don't know, but whatever. Here's a look at free agency. I can't go after anyone, even if I wanted to. But I guess we're going to go into the draft. Hopefully we can fill these holes in the draft. We have the first and the second overall pick, and then like the 29th overall pick or something like that. But with this first pick, I will 100% be trading this one away. So if the Vikings are offering something, I may have to trade it away with them. The only problem with that is I also really want a cornerback. So hang on a second. Maybe, what should I do? So I want this corner, I want this middle linebacker, and I want this wide receiver. Those are the 3 first-round guys I want 100%. I could also use a few of these other first-rounders if I really, need to. Like Darryl Knowles, I would actually really like getting. Maybe I can trade up in the draft and get another early first-round draft pick or something. The issue is, if I take a player with this pick, they'll be very expensive. But if I trade this pick away, the people I want may not be there anymore. Let's see, what about the Raiders? The Raiders probably need at least one of those positions. They at least need a linebacker, for the most part. They usually need a linebacker. Yeah, they need a linebacker and they need a cornerback. Okay, I might just have to take these first 2 guys with these first 2 picks because I think they're that important to the team. And then I'm going to have to trade up to get the wide receiver, I guess. That's probably what's going to have to happen. So, let's go with... I don't think Julian Kelly is going to be good. He won the Heisman, though. He's probably going to be a 72 overall. I'm just really hoping it's a good development trait. I'm going to take Manny Turk first because I just think he's going to be better. He's a 78 overall, hidden development trait. Ranked number 2. We took him at number 1. Very, very fast. 94 speed, 93 acceleration. Good man, good press coverage. Not the best zone, but it's fine. And now with this pick, is there any way I can trade with somebody who won't take a linebacker? Okay, I'm actually trading with the Jets. I'm moving back 2 spots, picking up a second this year and a second next year. I think this will work out. They shouldn't take a middle linebacker or a wide receiver either. I actually wanted that right end a little bit, but it's okay. It's alright. He's a 77 overall. He actually looked really good. But I think there's a right end who I can take a little bit later. And then the Vikings go with that middle linebacker. Okay, well, he's only a 70. I don't think I missed out that much. The only issue is that there's no other freaking linebackers here. I might have to try to trade for one at some point then. I mean, there's this guy, Clay Cole. He's not going to be good. There really aren't many good linebackers left, but whatever. I'm going to go with this wide receiver now because I'm probably going to be trading Sammy Watkins. And I think Perry Luckett is actually going to be super good. Welcome to the team. 78 overall, hidden development trait, 94 speed, 95 acceleration, 82 catching. Really bad short route running, but it'll probably still be the slot just to get him as involved as possible. I'm excited to see what that guy brings to the table. I didn't want to trade up because I don't really have much value to trade right now. I want to save the value I have to trade next season and try to get some more players. So I think, simulating was probably the best option. Brent Morris still looks like a very good center. I don't really need a center, but maybe I can move him around. I don't know. Or I could just wait and go one of these tackles or something. Garrison Sweeney, possibly. This guy later doesn't actually look that bad. Solomon Oldham. I don't know. But I honestly think here I should probably go defensive end. I want Cordavius Sheldon really badly. He's supposed to go late second. I could probably wait, but I don't want to risk it. Welcome to the team here. 77 overall, normal development. Was kind of hoping that would be a little bit higher, but it's fine. He is still very good. He's going to start, and I hope he can go up in dev after this season. I think the plan now is to take... I was going to say take a corner. Gerard Westbrook I could go with, early third-round projection. Or honestly, I think the better option would be going with this free safety. Tavares Gold, right? And then maybe moving him down to corner, possibly. I don't know. But the idea was to go with him, move him over to strong safety, and then move Tyrann Mathieu down to corner. I don't think that's that bad of an idea. So I think we're going to go that route. 77 overall. Normal dev, again, but still. 77 overall, I will take. He is going to be our strong safety. Tyrann Mathieu is going to come play cornerback. And I think this Solomon guy is going to at least be in the 70s. I could be wrong, but I'm still going to take him. He's actually just a 70 flat. That's good enough to start for me, to be honest. Because if you look at Sanat, he was in the 50s, and he played really well at left tackle. So I'm good with this guy. I'm good with this guy on the team. I think he's good enough to start at one of the tackle positions. It's actually a really nice running back later. A 71 overall running back out of Harvard. But is there anybody left on my draft board? Okay, I have a corner, and I have Madison Chick. Let's go. A fullback. So I'm just going to go with this cornerback here. Cedric Castle. 68 overall. He's not even that bad. Maybe he gets some playing time at, the number 3 cornerback position. I don't know. We're pretty weak at corner. We actually aren't horrible at it with Tyrann Mathieu down there once I do that. Because then we'll have him and we'll have the dude we drafted earlier. I think it'll be fine. I'm going to go with this fullback now. He's a 69 overall. Nice. What a great fullback. Look at him. He's a beast. I'm just going to send him to the end now. A lot of thought went into that draft. Because I needed to fill a lot of positions and I wanted to do everything as efficiently as possible. Right? And I think we actually drafted super well. We got 2 78s, we got 2 77s, we got a 70, and a couple guys in the 60s, and then this 58 overall that the computer drafted for me. So I'm not too upset with the draft. I think it actually went super well. Who was ranked first in the class, though? Case Peters, a tight end. Hidden development trait on him. 81 speed, 80 catching, 82 acceleration. We have the number 2 ranked player. Well, 2 of them, actually. And then Terrence Arrington, Boogie Watson. Boogie Watson. Oh, that's a great name. Antoine Shelton. I wanted to go with this guy, but thought it's probably in the best interest of the team to get that guy we got later, and then just draft a couple other players with the earlier picks. But let's see what his development is. Did I miss out? It's just star. Okay, so he's not that much better than the guy we drafted, to be honest. They're very close in overall, so it's not that big of a deal. I think we had a great draft. Honestly, I think everything worked out pretty well. Oh, let me check out that linebacker before I forget. Julian Kelly, 70 overall, hidden development trait. His stats aren't too crazy. He's really not that good of a player, but this development is going to be huge. If it's star, I'm going to be really happy. It is just star. Okay, I'm glad I didn't take him. He was probably the best linebacker in the class, though, so I kind of felt like I needed to take at least one of these guys. Let me actually see who the best linebacker in the class was. In terms of middle linebacker, the best middle linebacker, I'm guessing is that 70. Yeah, he's that 70 overall. The best left outside linebacker, I think was like a 68 or something. And then the best right outside linebacker, that's 65 maybe? Yeah, the best, okay, a 65. Yeah, this was not a good linebacker class. The best linebacker was that 70. So this took me a really long time to find a suitable trade partner. Because like every single other team has a really poor cap situation. Except for like the Colts, like the Giants, the Dolphins, teams like that. The Colts just have a ton of money. They're obviously the better of the bunch, so I wanted to try to trade with them. I tried to get Darius Leonard. It didn't work. They also have Ryan Shazier. Tried to get Ryan Shazier. Didn't work, but I'm bringing back Darren Lee, and we also just threw Quentin Nelson in there because why not? Sammy Watkins is also off the team. I kind of mentioned that this was going to happen. He is ridiculously expensive. He was making like 21 mil or something this year. So I'm glad I could get rid of him, but now I want to also get rid of Anthony Hitchens if I can. I'm trading with the Ravens here, giving them Anthony Hitchens and Auden Tate, who I guess we signed in free agency at some point, for Kenny Young and Ryan Khalil. Khalil's just there for cap situations because their cap was also in the negative. So I had to somehow, change it so they can actually accept that trade. The team here for the second season, 86 overall, 92 offense, 80 defense. This team looks interesting now. because we changed a good bit of it. We drafted some new faces, right? We have Luckett now at the wide receiver, number 2 position. He should actually probably be about the same overall as Sammy Watkins after this year, so I don't think it's that big of a downgrade at all. Quentin Nelson joins the team. He's starting at right tackle for us. This offensive line is very nice now. Defensively, we changed up the linebacker core a lot. We actually retained Darren Lee, but we lost him for a little bit, then traded for him again. Kenny Young joins the team. He's honestly like an improvement over Anthony Hitchens for a couple of reasons. He's like the same overall. He's much younger, and he's much cheaper. So I'll definitely take Kenny Young. We added a new strong safety onto the team. This was a free safety who we moved over. Tyrann Mathieu moved down to corner. And then the defensive line is kind of the same. We just drafted Sheldon instead. And we also drafted Turk, who should be a very good cornerback for us. I considered trading Frank Clark because his cap hit is like $21 million right now. But I don't think any team can take him in right now. So I don't think I'm going to trade him. It's a weird situation. He's not that great. He's only an 81. He's definitely not worth that money currently. But I don't think I can actually trade him even if I wanted to. Maybe with like the Dolphins. I don't know. I could probably figure something out. But anyway, I'm going to advance now. I will see you at the midseason. The team right now is 6-1. Okay, we are playing super well. The Raiders 0-7, which is nice. And Patrick Mahomes needs a contract. Good God. Okay, 4-3-1 for the Broncos. 2-5 for the Chargers. Let's check out these development traits. What's the wide receiver all about? Show me superstar. He's actually an X Factor. Okay, that's amazing. Let's go. We got an X Factor wide receiver. I feel like I haven't drafted an X Factor in a little while, so that is awesome. This guy has hidden dev. I'm going to say that's Jacoby Avery. Jacolby? I don't know. But he's a rookie quarterback out of Georgia Tech. Is he good at all? It's pretty good throw power, to be honest. But all right, that's awesome that we have a superstar X Factor wide receiver. Defensively, we have a superstar corner. And I don't think there are any other hiddens. But still, that draft went perfectly for us. I will definitely take that. Now, we probably have a decent bit of money. Patrick Mahomes needs to come back to the team, though. We don't have too much, but it's actually also after his contract. Good Lord, look at this contract. We're giving it to him, though. I mean, how can you not bring back Patrick Mahomes? Dalvin Cook is a player I want back on the team as well. And that is probably going to be it, to be honest. I might have to see what Alex Mack goes down to. But everybody else I don't really want right now. Dustin Colquitt's still a pretty good punter, but he's 38 years old. I can replace him fairly easily. And then Alex Mack, like, if he goes down to like an 80, I don't think I really want him anymore. I want him making that much money at least. So now let's advance to the playoffs and let's see if we're in it. We got a first round bye. We made the playoffs, going 14-2, having like an identical second half to the season as we did the first half. 8-7-1 for the Broncos, 6-10 for the Chargers, 2-14 for the Raiders down there. That is sad. But we cruised by the division, 4,447 yards for Patrick Mahomes, 44 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He may have won MVP. Dalvin Cook, though, 15 touchdowns, 1,366 yards. That is a great season. Tyreek Hill was phenomenal, but oh my God. Perry Luckett, over 1,000 yards, 19 receiving touchdowns. This dude has X Factor. Oh my God. Travis Kelce gets 7 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill also had a great year, but good God, Perry Luckett went off. Not many sacks whatsoever. Phenomenal play there. 109 tackles from Kenny Young, not too bad. 11 tackles for loss for Chris Jones, 10 for Frank Clark. We have 12 sacks for Chris Jones, 8 for the rookie Cordavius Sheldon. 6 interceptions from Tyrann Mathieu. I guess moving him down to corner is the move. Tavares Gold got 3. Manny Turk got 2. Dorian O'Daniel, Juan Thornhill, and Armani Watts. I mispronounced his first name. Armani Watts. Let me say that again. He got 1 as well. Defensive touchdowns. We have 2, Tyrann Mathieu and Ben Nyman. I think that's how it's pronounced. That's how I would read it at least. Blocked kicks. We have 1 from Ben Nyman. Or Nyman. I don't know. Forced fumbles. We have 3 for Tyrann Mathieu. 1 from Nyman. Juan Thornhill, Cordavius Sheldon, and Cedric Castle. First on offense. All right, let's go. Defense, top 10 is my guess. 7th, let's go. We are playing very well right now. Patrick Mahomes, MVP, I was right. The Texans go 5-11. Deshaun Watson at number 2. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Patty Mahomes. Defensive Player of the Year, Miles Jack. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Perry Luckett. It has to go to him. Madison Chick, our fullback at number 6 there. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Brian Ventura. Tavares Gold, Cordavius Sheldon at number 2 and number 3. Manny Turk at number 5. And then Cedric Castle at number 9. Okay, we actually played super well this year. The team went off. Those trades seemed to pay off, and the players we drafted definitely seemed to pay off. Our wide receiver has 8 experience points. I expect that to go up, though, after we get past this season. We have 5 for the backup quarterback. Let's go, man. He's going to be a god one day. Defensively, Turk has 5. Gold has 3. Thornhill also has 3. Sheldon only got 1, but he's definitely good enough to start again next year. Okay, the team went up to an 88 after, improving all of those players, after upgrading them all. Let's head into the first week of the playoffs where we actually have an opponent. So simming by the wild card week, and we have to take on the 10-6 Bengals. Did not expect them to be 10-6. I wonder who they drafted and what happened. I guess Geno Atkins, AJ Green carrying this team? I don't know, but they're an 81 overall. We're an 88 overall. And it says that Luckett doesn't have his X Factor ability. Maybe he has to be an 85 to get it activated. I don't exactly know, to be honest. Let's see, is he not an 85 yet? He's an 88. What? Why does he not have it? Is it a morale? Okay, so +2 to morale. What's his ability anyway? Double me. He has that double me ability? Okay, that's actually pretty cool. But here we go. Let's advance by this week and see if we can take down the Bengals. We should be able to, right? We do. We take down the Bungles. 12-4 for the Ravens here. They're a pretty solid team. Obviously the same division as the Bengals. They're an 82 overall. We're an 88. I think on the side there, it doesn't mean, like it just said Marquise Brown was like the 3rd player there. I don't think that means he's the 3rd highest rated. That's probably like the highest rated superstar they have. Other than, okay, so Justin Tucker I think is a superstar, but it probably just lists the X Factors and the superstars and stuff. That's probably what happened. And we won that game. We have to go to the Super Bowl against the Cowboys. We made it to the Super Bowl year 2 with this team. I'm excited. Let's go. The 8-8 Dallas Cowboys. They're an 88 overall just like we are, so here we go. This is going to be a good game. The Cowboys actually have the lead right now. Never mind, that was quick. 28-28, the game is tied. 31-28, 35-31. The Cowboys take the lead right at the end, and they're going to win by that score. 35-31, such a close Super Bowl, but it's okay. At least we made it, to the Super Bowl this year. Hopefully we can make it back next year. All right, so now let me check out these extra experience points and, the potential dev upgrades and all that good stuff. I feel like Dalvin Cook should go up to Superstar. And he did. Let's go. He actually had a great year, so it makes sense. Tyreek Hill went up to X Factor. This guy has 3 more experience points. Patrick Mahomes has 2, but he probably can't even use them. No, he can. He can actually go into Scrambler. Interesting. Now, on defense, I don't think anybody went up in development. I was really hoping somebody would. Juan Thornhill has another experience point, though. He's going to be an 84. He's actually very solid. He's a pretty good player to go after. But we also have to do some stuff before free agency. We definitely have to see if I want to bring back Alex Mack. Also, if I even can. So Alex Mack, what is his overall down to? It's an 81. I can't bring him back even if I wanted to. That's really not that big of a deal, to be honest. I'm not too worried about it. Jacoby Avery is a 64 overall with star, by the way. I'm just going to draft the center. Even if I can't draft one, we have that tackle we drafted last year. I can move some players around. Really not the end of the world. But again, I can't sign any free agents. We have negative $3 million. There aren't many who I would have wanted, there aren't many here who I would have wanted to sign. I mean, William Jackson would actually be a huge piece to get. He could help out our cornerback situation a lot. Chidobe Awuzie would be nice too. I may actually try to go and cut some players. I don't think that's going to change anything though, because I think the last time I did that, nothing really happened. But maybe. Let's see if I can clear some cap space this way. The only player who I would consider cutting right now is Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, just because he would clear up some cap. He's also not that great anymore. But I don't think he'd clear up enough cap for me to actually go in and sign someone. So is it even really worth it in that situation? I don't actually think so. Chidobe Awuzie would help this team out a lot. But the thing is, like, we have good corners on this team now. Tyrann Mathieu and Turk are both pretty good. Castle's not that bad. He's a 71. Maybe we can even target a corner in the draft. I don't want to cut Duvernay-Tardif. Honestly, the main reason is because he's, part of the coach's name. So I'm just going to send him to the draft now. So I know Kalen Saunders is a rookie for this team in real life, but at this point, he's the 3rd string defensive tackle. He's a 74 overall, which isn't too bad, but I'm going to be trading him here to trade up in the draft to get the number 7 overall pick. So let's skip to that pick, and I know exactly who I want. And I think you guys will see why I decided to trade up. I don't even think this guy's supposed to go early first round, but he looks way too good not to take. But anyway, let me actually look at a couple of these other players. This guy looks disgusting. Jalen Clinton looks really good. Harmon Bates also looks really good. I don't want either of those guys. There's also a really good quarterback. Did he get selected? I think he did get selected. Scott Reynolds is a good-looking strong safety. Yeah, strong safety. Raheem Holloway, a decent corner. I do want a cornerback, but it's not Raheem Holloway. So Sammy Wimbley or Michael Goodson. So one of these two guys, and I think it's going to be Goodson. Running a 4.29, really good top 3 skills, great combine. I think this dude is going to help out this team a lot. He's going to be our number 3 corner. He's a 79 overall, hidden development trait, 95 speed, 94 acceleration, 90 agility. Exactly what I expected him to be. I'm trading up here once again, this time though in the 2nd round. I'm giving the Raiders my 2nd round draft pick and a 1st next year. That's a lot of value for that pick, to be honest. But I don't really care about my next year's draft picks at all. So let's go into the 2nd round here, and I think I know exactly who I want. Now, I don't really think this guy is going to be ridiculously good, but he might bring something to the table, and I think it's worth trading up for. Probably not worth giving away a 1st round draft pick next year, but I don't really care. It's Joseph Kane. Welcome to the team. 71 overall, right? So he's supposed to go in the 1st round. To be honest, that's probably where our draft pick will be next year, at least hopefully. But, 71 overall, outside linebacker, he's not too bad. He also has hidden development trait. He's going to start this year. Is there anybody here who is, decent? Probably not. I'm going to go with this other linebacker. Ross Bowe, he's a 65 overall. All right, now I'm just going to simulate to the end of the draft. I forgot to look at the draft recap. That is my mistake. I apologize for that one. I normally don't forget that. The team for what will probably be the last season is an 87 overall, 93 offense, 81 defense. This offense is insane. We have Patrick Mahomes, of course, a 99 overall, 96 overall Tyreek Hill, 97 Travis Kelce, 89 Luckett, 91 Dalvin Cook, 93 right tackle, 92 left tackle. Good God. This offense is ridiculous. Also, Oldham, who we drafted, I think the 1st draft at right tackle, moved to center. He should be fine there. And then defensively, we were starting Kane at left outside linebacker. Also, Goodson will get some playing time there at the 3rd cornerback position. I have a lot of hope for this team. I definitely think they can make it back to the playoffs. You gotta love this. I'm going through cutting players, and these were the 2 recommended guys for me to cut. Yeah, okay, like I'd ever cut those 2 guys. That's just stupid. That's another quick reason why you should always go through and manually cut players if you are over the player limit. We made the playoffs here for a 3rd consecutive time. Let's go. I'm sure if you just simulated 3 years, right, the Chiefs will probably make it all 3 seasons. Whatever. We have to take on the Ravens, though, who are 10-6. We finished 12-4 atop of the AFC West. 10-6 for the Chargers, 9-7 for the Raiders, 3-13 for the Broncos. Patrick Mahomes, over 4,100 yards, 44 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. This man is throwing for 1 pick every 4 games. That is insane. Dalvin Cook was very good once again, 1,218 yards, 10 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, phenomenal. Perry Luckett, still just going off. Travis Kelce, 10 touchdowns for him as well. Sack numbers, very low here again. This offensive line, honestly, has been playing well this entire time. 111 tackles for Tavares Gold with 5 picks. Okay. 13 tackles for loss for Kadavius Sheldon. 13 for Chris Jones, 12 for Darren Lee. Nobody with 10 sacks, but Frank Clark, Joseph Kane, and Chris Jones all getting pretty involved. Joseph Kane had a good year. All right, 7.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, 78 tackles. I'll take it. 5 interceptions for Gold. We already saw that. 3 for Tyrann Mathieu, 2 from Michael Goodson, 1 from Darren Lee, Dorian O'Daniel, Mandy Turk, and Juan Thornhill. Defensive touchdowns, we have 2. Tavares Gold, Tyrann Mathieu. 1 safety, Kenny Young gets it. And then 3 blocked kicks, Frank Clark, Chris Jones, Titus Milstead, maybe? Forced fumbles, I think we have... Okay, I was going to say I think we have at least 1, but we have 4. Cordavius Sheldon, Darren Lee, Manny Turk, and Tavares Gold. Each got 1. 9th in the NFL on offense. Fell off a little bit from last year since we were 1st last season. And then 13th on defense. That also took a step back, but still very good in both categories. Patrick Mahomes, back-to-back MVPs. Easton Stick on the Bears at number 7. That's a very random person to see in here. How did he even get a starting job for one of those teams? He's like a 60-something. I don't know. Patrick Mahomes, though, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Von Miller wins that one. Tavares Gold, though, at number 5. He had a great season. That makes sense. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Gene Walker. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Malik Nance. Joseph Kane, though, at number 2. Michael Goodson at number 3. Ross Bowe at number 6. Best quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. Best running back, Le'Veon Bell. But Dalvin Cook in there at number 5. Best wide receiver, Devin Funchess. But then we have Perry Luckett and Tyreek Hill at 6 and 7. Best offensive lineman, Quentin Nelson and Mitchell Schwartz right behind him. Best defensive lineman, Antoine Shelton. Man, I wanted that guy, but it's okay. I think it worked out very nicely. And Breland Speaks at number 7. That's cool. Good for him. Best linebacker, Von Miller. Darren Lee, though, at number 7. Best defensive back, Tavares Gold. He's going to get a lot of experience points. Best kicker, Matt Bryant. Harrison Butker, though, at number 6. All right. We were in most of those awards, so that's always a good sign. That's definitely a sign of a great season, so there we go. How many experience points do we have going around? Not a crazy number for anybody on offense. We have 3 for Luckett. I think that's the most. Defensively, the safety has 3. Cornerback has 2. Goodson also has superstar dev, by the way, with 4. Kane has 6 with star development. We're building up this defense, man. That's all I got to say. So right now, after spending all those points, we're a 91 overall. And the Ravens are an 83 overall. All right, well, let's advance and see if we can move on to the divisional round. Maybe we can finally get a Super Bowl win with this team, and we can, 28-21. We lose in the first round of the playoffs. It's all right, though. It's all good. Let me sim to the Super Bowl. Let's see who's in it. And also, we're going to check out dev upgrades and whatnot. I expect the safety to go up in development, but we're going to see. The Panthers and the Texans in the Super Bowl. I think the Texans are going to win, and they are, 34-27. So let me see if anybody went up in development trait. Or, any extra experience points. I don't think anybody in the offense went up in development, at least. And then defensively, the safety went up to star. Darren Lee went up to superstar. That's pretty cool. I don't think anybody else changed. But that is going to do it for this video. I think this team turned out super, super well. I think we drafted really well in this one. We had to manage the cap, right? I actually tried to, lower it as much as I could. I traded away some of the really expensive guys. We still have a couple of them left. Like, obviously, Patrick Mahomes is insanely expensive now, but that's fair. Frank Clark is still stupidly expensive at this point. I should probably try to get rid of him if I ever come back to this one. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys soon.